Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Ironman, Europa Universalis 4. This is my Prussia run, where I am apparently just chaining wars, even though I have no admin power. And I should slow the hell down, but I don't know, nothing can stop the Prussian war machine, apparently. At some point, too, our Empress will die, and her probably younger brother, I assume, is going to take up the throne here. And at least he's got 2 extra points of admin, which is going to be very helpful for us. All right, we've occupied Porto. We have to be a little bit cautious right now because we actually don't have a very significant, functional army over here as a result of being a little surprised at the Black Flag when I declared the extra war against the Netherlands over here. I'm trying to gain as much control over the North Channel trade node, at least on this coast, as possible. I'm going to go with this because the point cost is about the same, either losing the stability or losing the power over here, but this minimizes how much admin power I lose, which is actually considerably tighter right now. Well, I suppose I could have lost the stability and then not put it up after. But, you know, and then I'd have in the short term, you know, more power points in general, but I'm taking the long view, and so there we go. Just to save on a bit of attrition, I'm going to go and cut back on that. And in fact, I can go and stick you in a province that doesn't have a fort, and you can just bop that. That's going to be okay. And these guys, when they arrive, I'm going to put them in the other port town. So I guess I can do that, followed by that. Should work okay. Meanwhile, you are on your way. Excellent. This is still very cannon heavy, but we're going to have enough of a front line with infantry to actually tank this, so our cannons aren't going to be at risk. And in fact, this is just going to be a very, very high damage composition here. So we're going to move into here, scoosh that. Yeah, we have more cannons than this, but I don't think the cannons will go on the front line. I think they'll just stay in reserve, or... No, they are moving on the front line, but there's so few people on the other side, they actually can't reach my cannons with any sort of flanking or anything like that. So yes, that's going to be okay. Whew! So, for the second time, we are going to siege out the entirety of Portugal over here. What level fort is this? Level 7, which is still just going to be 20 cannons to get a full bonus. Boom, boom. And let me cut that down like that. So you, with your leader, who's probably his siege pip, you're going to do that, and you're going to do that. And that's going to be okay. So that's still in the war for Frankfurt over here, which did give us 3 French provinces as well, as just generally keeping France as weak as possible, although I'm not 100% convinced it was the best way to go, mostly because we're so admin capped, and that's not changing here. Over here, we can go and take you, and just drop you, say, Brabant over here, just to spread the load. Can you get to Ghent? Probably, right? Yeah, there you go. Get into Ghent. Wonderful. So we are likely going to ally ourselves to Norway. It's not, you know, Norway doesn't really threaten us. It's not really a problem. I mean, they're probably trying to collect trade from the North Sea as opposed to letting it transfer through. So that's something that we could consider fighting at some point. But it looks like Great Britain has got a lot of trade power there, and they are just trying to pull it forward. So yeah, I don't have to do anything. So yeah, really, we're just going to be buddies with a relatively insignificant, tiny little country. I wonder if we were to offer vassalization. Oh, they have subjects of their own. Really? Oh, you have New Norway. You have a colony. So you're not willing to do it. Ah, that's too bad, because otherwise we could probably get you to just be our vassal. Mostly, I married them. I suppose I don't have to ally them. I can just wait until our marriage dissolves, because they had a disputed succession. Oh, they still do, actually. Okay, so they still lack an heir. They're 52 years old. They only have 57 prestige. So we could potentially, if they die, I believe... Well, I don't know if this is guaranteed. This is a may, but we may get the personal union over them. I think that's what it shows, actually. I don't know. There might be more than one country they're married with, and depending on prestige battles. But at 99, just like with Russia, we should be top of the food chain. So they should fall under us for personal union, and then other nations might have the option of challenging it. That comes under control. Actually, we're going to send people over here. That's going to be fine. Get started with the cannons. That's going to be okay. And yeah, they were doing some religious conversions over there without the cores. Oh, that's going to be fine. We got lots of people involved in this fight here. Groovy. Ghent has come into control. That's all fine. You're sieging everything over here. I mean, some are more slowly than others. I don't suppose we have an extra leader just kicking around, and we do. So let's go and just move you in there so you can give a siege pip. Thank you very much. And yeah, we need some extra dudes over here. In the meantime, I'm just going to grab 1 infantry and just send you to Beja over here. Just to go and siege that technically. I suspect, what do we need? 22 people. And we will have that once this group gets here. So we'll siege out Portugal. Just finish that. We don't have to rush to finish it because, again, we're so admin capped. Great Britain. Oh, you know what I have to think about? Hold on. I haven't done this in a while. Not burghers. Clergy. Yes, and then seek support. Boom. There we go. And yeah, we're capped here, so I'm not going to do that right now. Not until we spend it. And we're still super far ahead on military tech, so we're going to have to go and sink some points somewhere. Our cap is 1068 right now because of the penalty. Secrets in our alliance. Oh, this is upsetting the relationship with Great Britain. I'm going to say fine. If they want to spy on me, it's okay. I don't care. They're not going to do anything about it. The AI just spies on everyone, and I'm not going to take it personally. I mean, if we kick them out, that's great, but other than that, who cares? Okay, so that's all going well. So yeah, we'll just wait. Military leader left us. Ah, oh, it's our admiral. That's okay. What's our naval tradition? It's probably quite poor. 37, actually. Do I want to plan Diplo power to get another one? A good admiral actually does help with your trade power. You know what? I will go ahead and roll a new admiral and mourn the death of the other one, because I think it's maneuver specifically that you're interested in to get bonuses to trade power. And I think blockading. I'm going to move you down there, even though I don't need you, and it is going to lead to a little bit more attrition. It'll just make me feel a little safer than having these little micro stacks kicking around. Luckily, Great Britain still helping with the blockade there. Now, we might be tempted to peace out the war with the Netherlands before we finish the older war, on the basis that I'm still a little bit worried that Great Britain might decide to join in this one. Now, we weren't going to have massive war score because we're not going after Leinster, we're not going after Scotland. Not that I even know where Scotland is these days. Oh yeah, they're over here. It's kind of interesting. And that's all Portuguese territory, which is fine. But the important thing is to grab Antwerp because it's the final important center of trade up here in the on the north coast. And if we're going to grab Antwerp, we'd also want to grab Ghent. That way we can walk across to Flandern. Okay, conversions. Won the siege. If we finish the conversion, it means we can start another corps, which sounds lovely. And you're sieging out Zealand, which is great. Do we have the max number of cannons over here? I want to click on the province. No, you don't. This is going to be overkill, and we'll just be providing too much attrition, but that's not a problem. And I'm going to back these guys out of this territory and just run away there. Okay. Wow, we lost a lot of two-deckers in that last battle, and you go and get yourself repaired. Wow, that was actually quite harsh. You know what? And I'm going to go ahead and detach the damaged ones from here, too. Go and get yourself docked. These guys will get ejected at some point. We'll have to kill them. But yeah, lost a lot of heavies. That's okay. It just makes more room for more lights. As long as we're friends with Great Britain, we can use their heavies in a lot of the naval wars, which is really nice. And it's France and Spain are the only threats there. Alright, you're going to group up. And apparently you're still getting attrition, so we'll split you in half. That's going to be fine. You're going to group up there. Russia's about to finish that, which is going to be okay. Right, I'll put my admiral in here for now. Yeah, we'll increase the local defensiveness. That's fine. Even though I'm not sure if that is an area that's going to have a fort forever. Actually, maybe I'll move the admiral to this group. And you're basically repaired. So I'm going to move you out here, which will help siege this out a little bit faster. Won the siege of Lisboa. Now, is there something I want to do with Spain? Or, sorry, Portugal. I was just thinking of breaking their alliance. Oh, I was going to say breaking their alliance with Spain, but they're actually allied with France. Spain has no alliances. Antwerp is done. Again, we could take more territory from them, including overseas stuff. But at this point, like, I really do need to save my admin for coring. So I think... Do you have treaties with Spain too? Oh, military access. Oh, you're not willing to break it. Really? Oh, there's an ongoing battle. Is there? I'm not convinced that's true, but okay. Plus, we still have one more thing we can siege from you. Let's bring you way over here. Well, there will be an ongoing battle here. How's my heavies? Probably not worth throwing in here. Because they might just find themselves getting targeted down, and that would be bad. Ooh, Buccaneer, nice. So these lights, I'm just going to have them jump into protecting trade in the English Channel. And I guess my heavies, maybe I don't need to repair them anymore. I'll just mothball them. That's going to be okay. So seriously, there's no ongoing battle. Ongoing battle, -4. Where on earth? I mean, there's not a battle with me. They must be fighting. Oh, there we go. Big naval battle here, actually. That is actually really significant. Now, the English Navy tends to have huge bonuses, and they do have a lot of heavies. And actually, most of the Portuguese stuff in here is transports. Well, not most, but one of the things making up the bulk of the Portuguese Navy here is transports. Now, Great Britain's brought in a lot too, but I suspect Great Britain will win. But one way or another, once that battle ends, we should be okay. So then we have to make a decision. What the hell are we doing with our military points? I can't get the tech now. That'd be crazy. And I don't want to go and spend the points to give myself more militarization. It's not helpful enough. So I think what we're going to do is spend it on province improvements. Now, we have a university in Berlin, which lowers the cost somewhat. And I mean, we have all the manpower buildings, and, you know, otherwise we're capped. I don't know if there's actually room for something else that's of interest in here. And it sucks you can't preview it to see what we might want to add in. But I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to bring Berlin. Oh, that's very expensive, even with a 20% discount. All right, maybe not. But I will definitely spend to do some development. And again, if you can sort of predict that development is going to happen, that you're going to spend development points, you want to do it as soon as possible for the biggest bonus. So I'm going to sort by, I guess by lowest cost. I'm looking for places that have autonomy, ideally, like, basically 0, but under 25, because it means that it's not controlled by an estate or anything like that. Also, if the numbers can be green, that will give you the biggest bang for your buck. See, here in Hoya, Hoya is where? And you can't click on it from here, which is annoying. I'm just wondering if it's already part of the nobility estate, and it is. So we're getting more bang for our buck over here. So I'll spend a couple. There we go. Just bring it up to the limit that I can bring it there. That's actually probably the best way of doing it, is estates map mode. So nobility is red. So this will be relatively cheap because it's small development. Cost is going up for woods. We don't have anything bring it down or anything. So we'll go ahead and I think I'll just bring Lüneburg here as high as I can on the military side. There we go, and call that good enough. Okay. Maybe overspent. I don't know. It is going to be a while before we're going to get the tech, so it wouldn't surprise me if we end up spending even more development than this at some point. You're already converting, so we've got to wait. You're going to do that. Ongoing battles done yet? No. Is it still this one? God damn. And they're sticking around. I'm thinking the Portuguese Navy is just going to get sunk. There we go. They finally just broke and left. That's got to be the end of the ongoing battles. I mean, I could wait for like one more thing to be grabbed, but there we go. You're okay. So yes, we want to annul your treaties with France. That's going to be fine. Give me military or war rep since you're probably relatively rich. And that's kind of it. And I'll take a bunch of money from you. I'm just trying to squint through the tooltip. There we go. So I can see when the green check mark changes to a red X. So we'll take, since it's just themselves, we'll take 10% war rep, break their treaties with France, and take a whole bunch of money from them. I like it. There we go. Very good. So you guys are all black flag. Yeah, that's fine. You're going to go there. So you can just go over, say, here. And that's going to be okay. So we're now at 99% with the Prussian-Frankfurtian War, but I'm not going to peace out with them quite yet. First of all, why only 99%? Are they sieging something? Do they have one part of my territory? Oh, the Ottomans are continuing to eat over here. The Ottomans are going to be the next thing we have to fight. We have to. For the good of, like, Europe. Yeah, I don't know why it's at 99 instead of 100%. They must have something siege, or they have an overseas province, or I don't know what it is, but it doesn't really matter in the end. Anyway, I'm just not going to peace out. They're still going to be willing to be completely consumed by me at this point, so that's fine. Although, oh, you know what? The Dutch. So we're at 39%. I mean, there's still a length of war modifier. I want this province and that province. Wow, that is really cheap. And then I guess I should grab another coastal province. 223 to core. Okay, I can't eat you all, but I could reduce you down to a single province. Say like that. I'll grab your fort. I can't vassalize you. Out of curiosity, I could grab some stuff in North America, but Nova Hollandia over here. I don't think I'm feeling the need to do that. I think I'm going to be happy with basically just eating all of this. How much? So I won't have enough for like war rep or anything like that. So I'll just take as much money as possible. And I'm going to call this good enough. Boom. Excellent. So we will start coring whatever we can here. I should probably just do Antwerp as soon as possible. Is Antwerp, I'm assuming, is what Antwerp was? Yes. And then the most expensive one. There we go. And then I'm just going to go ahead and missionary the rest. I'm going to take off the war modifier. Probably throw trade on, although there's something to be said about stability short term. I don't think I have that much Diplo unrest. Actually, I suppose I could run both. There we go. It'll drain my fervor, but then we'll be able to turn trade back on relatively soon. And I think I'm going to go ahead and drop my maintenance. That's going to be okay. And just get people out of the danger zone here so that no uprisings happen. Here, I'll move you over here. That's going to be okay. There's no unrest over here? No. Because I could have people stand on it, but that's okay. Oh, right, we're still at war. So I guess we'll peace out, right? Full annexation. Take all your money. Boom. I haven't been looking at aggressive expansion or overextension or anything like that. So we can't do this. And actually, apparently... Oh, yeah. There could be more conversions, but of course my missionaries are out and about. Oot and aboot. And we are in peace. Merchants resented. We gain absent merchant in Champagne. Okay, well, that's fine. No unlawful territory. Piss off. So yeah, Norway. I don't think I'll ally you. I mean, I'm not planning on going to war, but like, what a crummy... Well, it might pull me into something else for good or ill. No, I'm not going to ally them. Now, we still have a disloyal subject. Bohemia over here is being kind of cranky pants. I could get them... You know what? With the combination of pay off debt and placate rulers, I could do it. Although, I could also grant them something, because they have a core. We've already paid for it. It's one of the reasons they hate me so much. Is that minus 40? When does this core go away? It's over here, I think. Suzerain has control of the province. It doesn't say anything about expiring. And I mean, it must. And that's the only one, right? No. These are all core provinces. I don't think I want to grow Bohemia that much. We're just going to have to soak that. Disloyal attitude. We're close to maybe, as long as no one supports your independence. They've embraced enlightenment. Wow. How close are we to doing that? Nowhere. Like, we have nothing. 0 provinces. But it's going to start hitting soon in some of my provinces, although to spread to enough to make it apocalyptically expensive will be tough, although we do have a lot of money. Speaking of money, I might want to spend it on some more buildings. There's enough of the game left that it's worth doing some more major investments. Again, I'm going to build manufactories anywhere that's got at least 25 per month production. That number, that goal will go up later on over the course of the game, but for now it's still perfectly fine. Ooh, 75 over here. That sounds good. So I think this is still going to pay off. This may be the last time I end up building manufactories, though, overall. 25, 25, 25. Because they do take a long time to pay off. Right now, it's definitely still worthwhile. Ooh, I forgot about over here. A lot more trade goods. Oh, and that's, yeah, my vassal's territory. I'm not doing that. Although I could. 29. All right, that's all right. Trade. Again, we're going to want to develop more trade along the new provinces along the coast here if they don't already have it. I suppose we could do a little bit more in this zone. You know, it's probably not a terrible idea. Maybe the 3s over here. We have most of the trade anyway, but a little bit more buff's not too bad. Production. Now, especially where we have the manufactories, will be good. So this counting house is almost as expensive as manufactory. Not quite. So I'd say anywhere that's at least a 0.2 we're going to do. And we'll have to revisit that later on when we get more of the buildings done. Yeah. That's quite good. And actually, this may... Some of these might be getting added to places that don't have a manufactory, and then afterwards a manufactory will be worthwhile. Because this is just more goods produced. There we go. That's blue, so it's already got the level 1, so that's quite good. Here too. And then we're out of money. I spent 11K that quickly. Holy crap. Luckily, my income is still pretty darn good. We're getting out some corruption. We're just using that to fight off the stuff we're getting from being overextended, I believe. We're quite overextended, though. Oh. I didn't realize we're 144% overextended. Holy shit. That's really bad. That's actually really, really bad. I'm surprised we haven't gotten started on disaster yet. Maybe because we're at +2? Huh. I'll recall that diplomat. Some rebel uprisings. 0.3 years is pretty soon. Do I just want to harsh treatment you? No, I'll just increase my my maintenance and be ready for it. I could go and stand in Koblenz as well, just to stop it from happening. I'm kind of okay if it does happen. I just need to make sure there's actually some troops there. Yeah, let's go stand there. I need to make sure there's someone here to stop them from instantly grabbing it and creating more separatism. And so if I'm going to do that, I may as well put a proper army. Oh, one of our generals died. It's actually the one I just assigned here. It's kind of a little bit annoying, but not the end of the world. All right, so if I'm going to be doing army maintenance, I may as well position groups of 25 where there's a little bit of unrest. There's 25-ish. You can go there. And you can go there. These are not the best army compositions. 39K here. Let's go and trim that back to something like that. Ooh, a lot of unrest here. Didn't even think that was my own country because of the color. At some point, we'll have to make a pass at actually organizing our armies to optimal configurations. At this point, I think flanking distance has gotten improved quite a bit. I don't know, where does that show up? There we go, flanking range. It might be worth running 3 cavalry. I mean, cavalry doesn't... It's kind of weird. Like, our infantry is way better than the cavalry, but the flanking is sick good. I don't actually know if we should be running any cavalry whatsoever here. So I probably won't bother building anymore. I don't think I'll disband any. I mean, there's probably some people who are like, why are you running cavalry in this in the first place? I'm like, well, because I like horses. Shut up. Gaining cores. Okay. And we are going to start on more coring, which actually I could have started a little sooner. Officers deserting. Lose 10 army tradition. Oh. Aimless wars? What are you talking about, aimless wars? Our wars have been kick-ass! I don't know what you're talking about. This is going to get smashed as is. There we go. Good. Separatist sentiment. Reputation. Our neighbors think we're the spawn of the devil. Okay. So that's overextension events, I think, is what's going on here. That's entirely, I think, what's going on. So that was that. You can, don't consolidate, but go ahead and grab a handful of extra dudes over here. That is going to overkill that, but that's fine. And you can stand here just to lower and rest. You still have some. Okay, so you're actually successfully countering it. Okay. Ooh. I don't want to lose stability, and I kind of like the nobility state, so I will accept the fact that we will lose taxes for 20 years, which does suck, but trade is the bulk of our income, so that's going to be okay. I haven't checked missions in forever. Conquer this place. Here? Wow. Yeah, I was completely forgetting about missions. Took that ages ago, and you know, maybe to generate a claim. I don't really need that anymore, but we will be able to complete that soon. We will be going to a war against Austria in the not-too-distant future, because there's things I need from it. Okay, at least a bunch of cores are going to finish. Our overextension is going to start dropping soon. I wonder if we didn't have as much stability as we've got. Then we might have had some problems a little sooner. More conversions. More coring. I'm not really worried about rebellions causing problems. What we are going to do is build a bunch more troops, specifically infantry. I could actually get started on that because there's no way we're at our force limit because we did so much consolidate. Stock exchanges, counting houses. Merchants doing poorly is expired. Okay, well that's good. Fair dealings. Oh, all my vassals are getting a boost to relationship. Now you're still disloyal, so you won't marry me. But you're now at 49%. You should actually stop being disloyal now. There it is. Just had to wait for the month tick. Because I was going to go ahead and placate the rulers or whatever if need be. But now I can royal marry you. Boom. Improving our relationship even more. Very good. So this would tank clergy loyalty and influence. Or, okay, we can safely increase their influence. And then the loyalty is nice too. And we can get the prestige. That's okay. We should actually take a look over here. Diplomatic support. Right. Can't do that now. We've done administrative support. We don't need the military support right now. Although, I mean, I could spend it on something. But we're okay. Now, as our overextension goes down, our national unrest will improve. Start another core. Nearly below 100. Yeah. That'll kill those nasty events. And so if we've got a combat width of, is it still 38? It is still 38. Oh, I should be mothballing my forts. Then that means to me, well, you want your front line to be 38 and maybe as many cannons as that as well. In practice, what I tend to do is something like 38 infantry plus 4 or 6 cavalry often. And what that'll mean, it'll actually keep infantry in reserve while maximizing use of cavalry. We probably won't be building any more cabs. So what I should do is probably just have armies that are sitting around like, let's say 42 infantry. So you got like 4 regiments as a backup to reinforce the front lines. And then up to 38 cannons. Although, oh, we got all our, we got cores and over here. Now, can we get you before you annoyingly create a separatism tick? Especially since there's a fort too, so we'd have to go and de-siege the fort. And we got you there. But the important thing was not to let you spawn some more separatism. All right, now that we've got that, how's our unrest over here? It's still not perfect. Should send one of these groups to Utrecht. And actually, another one is going to go to Zeeland, because I can see it's slightly yellowish. Although I strongly suspect we're not going to get another uprising in some time. Well, it's coming along. So, our sieges, very soon, level 8 forts, or whatever they're going to be called, are going to be coming into play, which are going to need 25 cannons. So I think it's actually fine if my armies are like 25 cannons plus 42 infantry. Something like that is probably perfectly okay. Start another core there. Do some more converting, which is going to raise their unrest temporarily, but that's going to be okay. Invest in new technology. Yeah, I think we're going to have to do some more development of our provinces. So again, Let's find the ones that are already belong to the nobility, so their autonomy doesn't affect their manpower. And I can't remember if there's like another bonus from being part of the nobility estate. Plus 20% local manpower, yeah. So, you know, that's quite nice. So we'll just do that. There you go. Tank some more military power. I mean, not tanking it. It's still there. It's still contributing to higher force limit because province development, and as well as higher manpower from, you know, higher manpower. An army with a state. Prussia's an army with a state, not a state with an army. The canton system allows us to recruit an army many times the size one would expect from a population. So this would lose one stability, gain 40 militarization of our country, which burns off eventually, right? That's the militarization. That's our government over here, which actually decays because we're so big. So militarization is basically always going to be 0 for us. We would gain 25,000 manpower. It's not max manpower, though. That's just an instant boost. What's the other option? Gaining a stability and making a crap ton of money. Oh, well, let's do that. Because that'll actually put me to +3 stability, which does aid with the spread of institutions. We're at plus 35% now. Enlightenment is present here, and it is going to start to spill in neighboring provinces because of the friendly, but that's about it. We need a scientist or a philosopher. Oh, natural science over here. We could do that, but we've got a half-price level 3 dude. He is 70. He's going to die soon, so we'll look into that once that happens, because I also want a lot of the admin right now. Okay, so we still need 130 to core Frankfurt, but that's okay. We will be declaring war on the Palatinate at some point. Now, here's a tricky thing. If I declare war on Austria, who are in the Empire, I'm going to be fighting against France at the same time, aren't I? Wow. That is terrifying, actually. Well, terrifying-ish. I guess we won't rush to it, not until we probably reach to our max manpower once more, but yeah, that'll be an interesting thing to consider. So if I group you guys, that's not going to be above force limit, which is nice. Or supply limit, I should say. I realized part of the reason I was standing where I was standing was to get reduction of unrest, but I'm going to go ahead and group these armies up and then try to get to that. Yeah, I think I'll do about 32 infantry and 25 cannons, and then if I have cavalry around, I basically won't count them, I think, is what I'm going to do. Although, we might be going above our supply limit in a way that's not practical. There you go, 42. And we don't have an excess of cannons over here. I'm just going to make sure we don't have more than 25 cannons here. But yeah, if we can have 3 stacks that can siege really fast, that wouldn't be too bad. No, so there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring that up there. And I will 42. And again, I'm sort of just going to ignore the cavalry and the counts. They'll always be around, but that's okay. These guys, there's a good chance that I'll actually start to get attrition here, so we'll have to review that. I will go and lower the army maintenance, making over 200 ducats per month. Very nice. You're not standing anywhere that's actively being rebelling, so that's going to be nice. Overextensions at 64%. Beautiful. Our religious unity is super high, of course, because of all of our humanist ideas. I could throw on stability again, just to get rid of more of the unrest generation, but it's basically non-existent now, and it's only going to get better as we finish these cores. Well, we're going to go ahead and put another cut. I don't know how we're going to approach the next war. The fact that France became the emperor is actually very inconvenient, because otherwise I'd just be able to roll over everything else in Germany. That being said, I do want to fight France some more, and maybe the thing to do will be to just declare on France directly. If I can keep shrinking France down, Spain may eventually break away. The other nice thing is that, actually, Great Britain does not hate France. How is that possible? That's really unfortunate, because as I say, it'll be really easy to keep getting in there. See, Norway's getting eaten by Sweden. I have no desire to go up in that direction. Again, at some point we have to deal with the Ottomans. I suppose I've got lots of time to form Germany. I want to do it before the end of the game, but it doesn't really give us a boost. It's been an interesting goal to focus on. If I'm not going to be going to the war against Austria anytime soon, for fear of France getting involved, right? Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and cancel my mission and take another one. This is we've probably had it for like a century at this point, so I'm just going to go and leave it aside. And I didn't overbuild above my force limit, right? No, I can actually throw another freaking 42 in there and not be above my force limit. Most likely, I'm going to just make that pure infantry, to replace the front lines. I'm not going to build any more cannons. We're going to have 75 cannons. That is a lot. So yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. I'm going to go and create a template of 42 infantry and plop them down right over here. Excellent. Well, we'll be ready to go next time. And I still have tons and tons of money. Lots of buildings finished. I should take another glance around to see if there's any more places that have developed that might be screaming out for a counting house. Again, I could do the math and figure out some of the sweet spots. This does not belong to me. They would be great locations for counting houses, though. Oh, this does? Replaces workshop. Yes. And yes, these are in Bohemia. This is mine, though, and that's a good one. Lovely. Oh, as well as all of these. And here, and here, and I still have some money. I bet you there's going to be great places for counting houses up here. Some of them are still building things, so we'll have to revisit it from time to time. But yeah, there you go. Oh, right here. Boop. Okay, I've probably missed some. It'd be nice if you could get... I don't think in the ledger there's any list where you can sort things by these kind of values, which is too bad. Now, the other thing to consider is the cathedral. Which, for simplicity, I might still look at the plus 25. Now, technically, the counting houses make me a lot more money than the cathedrals do, because not only do I get the money from production, but I get the money from the trade. But I think I'll still look at like something like 25 for the cathedral, and less so if it's already got the church. In fact, I think I might build it everywhere that has got a church already. These are pretty pathetic. Although we do have a penalty to taxes right now, so I think that's going to make things look a little bit worse than they actually are. I don't know. That might not get applied here. It might get applied on just the national level. See, these will have churches already, so they're a no-brainer. There we go, and that's our money. So we'll keep doing stuff like that, dumping our money from time to time, improving our infrastructure, because why not? What else are we going to do with it? Thanks for watching. See you next time. Oh, build chips.